What's up fam? It's Legend and I am back with another video. Sorry for not uploading, but I am writing another lemon for the next video I uploaded. And I hate writing lemons cause they take forever, and I like them to seem realistic. So yeah. But that's besides the damn point. Let's just get to the video. This is the life, right Foxy-kun? Anko asked as they relaxed in the hot spring. Yay, it sure is. Except for the part of being surrounded by beautiful girls. Naruto said, sinking lower in the spring. What's wrong with that? Hana asked her crush. Yugao just giggled. Naruto-kun is trying to hide his erection, ladies. Yugao said, making Naruto blush harder. Anko stared at Naruto and slowly started to sink underwater and approach the blonde until she was hit on the head by Tsunade. Enough Anko, you're still in trouble, Tsunade said, making Anko pout before turning to her grandson. So what's the plan for your fight with Lee? From what I know, he's the user of the lotus and he's quick on his feet. I could use my chakra to increase my speed, but I'm not sure if that's enough to beat him, Naruto said. But don't you know multiple jutsu and the shadow clone jutsu? Anko asked. Naruto nodded. Yeah, but my opponent after him is either Karen or Gaara, who both have huge amounts of chakra. Lee doesn't have to worry about chakra depletion or stamina since he trains all the time. Then I have a suggestion, Tsunade said. Beat him with a combination of fuinjutsu, taijutsu and element manipulation. Naruto's eyes widened and he nodded. That's right, if I can manipulate the right affinity with my taijutsu, I should be able to beat him. Not only that, but it'll give you a reason to learn that technique Karen used. Tsunade said. You mean when she inhaled her chakra? What was that technique? Naruto asked. It's called God's body. The Uzumaki clan can use their dense chakra and circulate it through their body. It increases their speed, senses and strength, but it overheats them and exhausts them. What Karen used was the first version. How many versions are there, Tsunade-sensei? Sakura asked. 3 of them, God's body awakening, God's body, element form and nature of God. To use the second form, you need to inhale chakra mixed with your affinity, and depending on what it is, your power will increase. You could also mix up to 3 affinities, but it's dangerous. The last one is hard to use since you need to use Sage Chakra to do it, Tsunade explained. Well, at least I have an idea on what to train you in, Yugao said. Your goal will be to learn the first 2 forms, and since it revolves around chakra, your clones should help. You should also master your bloodline, Tsunade asked as she took a sip of sake. If you fight Gaara, it could be quite helpful. What about me? Sakura asked. Since your chakra is growing, I work on your genjutsu and ninjutsu, Tsunade said. I won't disappoint you. Tsunade nodded and smirked. Naruto relaxed with his back against the wall before widening his eyes. Sakura, do you want to see a cool jutsu now? Sakura looked at the blonde confusingly, but before she could answer, Naruto shot a wind blade at a tree, slicing a branch. Out of nowhere, Jiraiya fell from the tree and in the center of the spring, rubbing his head. When he looked up, he saw all the kunoichi glaring at him, and Tsunade looked like she was going to kill him. Hey Heim, Jiraiya said before he was pummeled through the ground as screams filled the air. Jiraiya was tied up in front of the kunoichi with bruises all over. What do you have to say for yourself? Tsunade said, folding her arms. Why does he get to gaze at your gorgeous body but I get punished? Jiraiya whined. He has permission and all the girls here are interested, Tsunade said, making half the girls blush. What? Jiraiya said before turning to the blonde male. Teach me, O great wise one. Jiraiya begged. Get off me, Gramps, we have something to talk about, Naruto said, folding his arms. Yeah, like where have you been and not here taking care of your grandson? Tsunade asked. Jiraiya's eyes widened and turned to Naruto. Naruto, wow, you've grown. Sorry I haven't been here, but I didn't want to chance it with Danzo being here. I wanted to make sure no one knew of you until the village was back to its proper state. I sent money to your bank account, but considering you being a hero. Yeah, that didn't happen, Tsunade interrupted. He was hated for being a Jinchuriki. The civilians treated Naruto as if he was the Kyuubi. I assume Sensei didn't tell you because he knew you would return. I had already killed off a few councilmen. Now we could use your help in training Naruto for his match. I'll do the best I can, Jiraiya said. He was determined to make up for being gone. Great, but it'll have to wait since I'm still kind of exhausted. Naruto said, stretching. Can we continue our training tomorrow? Tsunade and Yugao nodded. Sure, everyone should rest and we'll begin tomorrow. You too, Sakura. Hi, Sensei, Sakura responded. Naruto, we'll continue tomorrow as well. I believe you can beat Lee and I want you to prepare for Karen. I have a feeling she'll beat Gaara, but if she doesn't, I can teach you more water jutsu against Gaara's sand. I gotcha, Naruto said. He was excited and he wanted to get stronger. Gaara was standing on top of the roof of the hotel, looking up at the moon. I'm glad you came, Nei-san. What did you want to talk about, Gaara? Temari asked. To put it simply, we will not go through with the invasion, Gaara said, surprising Temari. If sand invades the leaf, we will suffer no matter the outcome. What do you mean, Gaara? Temari asked. Say we succeed, we will still suffer casualties and we won't be able to create an alliance with other villages if we are seen as traitors. No one will trust us and we will die out, Gaara explained. So what do we do? Temari asked. Gaara smirked. Well, let me ask you this. What do you think about Naruto? Gaara asked, making Temari blush. You impressed me, Samui, Yugito. To make it to the finals shows how strong Kumo is, said with a smirk. I'm sure you can beat anyone that stands before you. I'm not sure, Samui said, gaining the Raikage's attention. Why, is there a genin who poses such a threat? I asked. Naruto Uzumaki Senju, grandson of Tsunade, Yugito said. Also, the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. Scratched his chin with a curious look. What does he look like? Blonde spiky hair and blue eyes, he looks like the Flash. It was a surprise, B said. A's eyes widened before he started to laugh. It seems my rival had offspring. I'm sure he's Minato kid. We could use this, said before looking at Yugito and Samui. After the Hyuga incident, I wanted to make a stronger alliance with Konoha. And you just gave me an idea. Mabui could help as well, but I want to see his strength. He's strong, Yugito said. I'm excited to see what he can do. Same here, bro. Number 9 is fine. He has some skills to show. I'm sure you like it, yo. B rapped, making a groan. Are you sure? Onoki asked his granddaughter. Yes, he was wearing her face. He tried to frame Minato so that he could collect our bloodline, but Naruto-kun saved me, Kuritsuchi explained. Onoki frowned. This changes everything. With Orochimaru and Danzo, we should kill them. Roshi could deal with the shadow cage and I'll help the old monkey kill the snake. But will that be enough to establish a good relation with Konoha? Kuritsuchi asked. Maybe not, but I have an idea, Onoki asked, looking at his granddaughter. Hiruzen glared at a letter written to him by the daimyo as the elders looked smug. Tell me, how did you do it? It seems the Kazekage wanted to see Sasuke fight in the finals and convinced the Wind Daimyo to let him participate. Kaharu said, but got scared when she felt her leader's ki. You went behind my back, I know. After the Chunin exams, you two will be replaced, Hiruzen said. But, no, if you're so petty to go behind my back just to get what you want, you can't be trusted. We were teammates, but all you care about is what you want. No more, it's time you retired. Leave, I'll deal with the Chunin exam. Kaharu and Homura left with a sad look. Anbu, send Kakashi to my office, Hiruzen ordered as he heard a shunshin from the shadow. After a few minutes, Kakashi came in with a lazy look. You called me, sir? Kakashi asked. Yes, it seems our daimyo wants the last Uchiha to participate in the exam's final round, and I want you to prepare him. Do not be late and make sure you tune down his ego. Also, he will not be promoted no matter the results, since he technically is not supposed to be there, Hiruzen said. Kakashi's eyes widened and bowed. I won't disappoint you. I hold you to it, Hiruzen said. Kakashi bowed and proceeded to the Uchiha district. Hiruzen sighed and rubbed his temples. Now to figure out who will be fighting who. Naruto will not be fighting Sasuke. Gaara could be a good opponent, and there is Lee. Yugao was staring at her student with her arms folded behind the Senju house on a lake. Again, Naruto released a circle of chakra around him. Maintain it first. Naruto circled the chakra around him at a steady pace, sweating a bit. Now inhale it. Naruto nodded and started to breathe in the chakra. Ag, Naruto screamed in pain. You are inhaling it too fast and not circling it through your body, causing you to strain. You got the control down, but if you don't learn this technique, Rock Lee will overwhelm you with his speed. You have experience because of our mission, but Rock Lee has dedication and master his style. Sorry, I'll try again, Naruto said. Yugao smirked and approached the blonde, cupping his face. You'll get this, just calm down, Yugao said before pecking him on the lips. She stood back up and smirked at the blushing blonde. Go take a break, we'll start again later. Naruto nodded and decided to go explore the village. I guess I'll go to get some barbecue, Naruto thought as he walked through the village. Would it be cool if I joined you? Naruto turned to see Samui in her normal attire. Sure, Samui-chan, I don't mind, Naruto replied. Cool, hey, may I join as well? The two turned to see Kuretsuchi wearing a short skirt and a red sleeveless top. I never got to thank you for helping me. You're not going to leave me out, are you? The three turned to see Temari without her fan. Smirking at Naruto, I wanted to get to know the person who helped my brother. You can't forget me, can you? The group turned to their final guest, Shizuka wearing a black skirt with a short-sleeved shirt. The more the merrier, Naruto replied, blushed as the girls walked close to him. Unknowing to the boy, the girls were glaring at each other. So uncool, why do they have to be here? What a pain, I wanted some alone time with Naruto. I needed to get to know my fiancé and they had to show up. Damn it all, how am I supposed to win over Naruto-kun if they are here? These were the thoughts of Samui, Kuretsuchi, Shizuka and Temari. So how about we all get to know each other over some barbecue, my treat? Naruto offered. Sure, I don't mind, Kuretsuchi said, receiving a nod from Temari and Shizuka. Samui was quiet and smirked. I was hoping for some ramen. Naruto went quiet and turned to the blonde busty girl. Really? That's my favorite food. The other three girls realized what Samui did and clicked their teeth. You win this round. So Naruto-kun, how's your training going? Kuretsuchi asked. Kinda difficult, I'm trying to learn how to use my affinity more, Naruto said, hiding his technique. Wait, don't you have an affinity to wind Mari-chan, Shizu-chan? Temari smiled at the nickname. That's right, I don't mind helping you. Same here, I can show you my wind sword style, Shizuka said. Kuritsuchi tightens her fist. Damn, I'm in last place, Kuritsuchi thought as she followed the others. Naruto stared at the Iwakunoichi in awe as she was on her 8th bowl of ramen. May I have another? Kuritsuchi asked. Naruto never met anyone else who could eat as much as he could. I think I love you, Naruto mumbled. Kuritsuchi's eyes widened and turned to the blonde. Thanks, but what did I do to deserve such affection? Anyone who can eat as much ramen as me is S+ in my eyes, Naruto said. The other girls pouted and turned to each other. One more bowl, please, the girls asked Chuki. Chuki just smiled and started to chuckle when he saw his daughter pouting in jealousy. So Naruto-kun, how about we train together after this? Kuritsuchi asked. Naruto gave her a questionable look. Really? But what about the exams? Naruto asked. Well, to tell you the truth, I have to go through 2 opponents before I meet you, so I might forfeit. And since we fought already, I just want to become Chunin, Kuritsuchi said. Naruto nodded. Sure, why not? It'll be nice to spar. Hold up, I want to spar as well, Samui said. But you can't since I might be fighting you, Kuritsuchi responded. Well, I can spar, Tamari said with a smile. We can practice our wind manipulation together. I would love to as well, but I might face Tamari-san if we win our fight, Shizuka said. Then how about we trained on different days separately? Naruto suggested. The girls looked at each other and nodded. I can get ahead of the others by wowing Naruto-kun, Sama, the girls thought while glaring at each other. Sorry to call you in my office, Hiruzen said to Killer Bee and Yugito. No problem, Hokage-sama, but what's the emergency? Bee asked. Well, as you see, my advisors went behind my back and asked the daimyo to put Sasuke Uchiha in the final round. After going through the opponents, I decided to have Yugito face him in the finals. I have no doubt Yugito will win. I see, Bee responded. You don't want to give the emo no time for a show, Bee said. Hiruzen looked at Yugito for an explanation. In other words, you want me to bury him to get back at the advisors and show he doesn't belong in the finals, Yugito responded. That's right, I hope you understand, Hiruzen said. Don't worry, I'll make him pay for almost killing Naruto-kun, but I want a date with him in return, Yugito said. Hiruzen chuckled. It'll be done, I'll inform Naruto-kun later on, Hiruzen replied, with both of them nodding at each other before they chuckled evilly. Kakashi stood outside Sasuke's door before knocking for a few minutes before Sasuke came to the door. Kakashi, what do you want? Sasuke asked in an annoyed tone. Well, it's been decided that you will participate in the final exam. Although you will not be promoted. Do you still want to participate? Sasuke smirks. That doesn't matter, I will fight and win. Kakashi gave him a smile. Great, your training will begin tomorrow. But guys, I am ending it here. I'll try to have the damn lemons done so I can upload the video, but I might upload it all of What If Naruto and Sasuke was sent to high school DxD on Patreon tomorrow. Lemons and all, stay blessed fam.